Hi everybody and welcome back to part number 60 of our Ride 2 series here on this channel. I cannot believe I've done 60 videos on this series so far. Thank you to everyone that keeps on liking and commenting on the videos and has supported the series right from the beginning. Thank you so much, I really appreciate it. Now in today's episode we're checking out the two remaining bikes from the exotic bike pack, and they're two very different vehicles. Now this is one of the vehicles that we're checking out, and this bike's really interesting. It's very light, it's only got one cylinder, it's not very high rated on the stats, but we will be checking it out. And then we're going to have a look at the second bike in today's episode. Also, the second bike we're probably going to do a time trial because there's a couple of other versions of this bike. So this one we're going to quickly buy, and then we're going to jump in and have a look at the other bike. But this thing does look very futuristic, very just there's not a lot of it, so it's going to be very good to handle in the corners, I bet. So we will be checking that out soon. Right, the second bike we're just going to have a look at. Now this is the second bike. Now it's another Mr. Martini bike, but a different version. I'm not sure if this is any different stats wise, but we will be checking that out, guys. So we're going to get into that right now. So here we go. Right guys, we fully upgraded the Flashback America, and the stats are exactly the same as the Flashback 2. So it's only the Flashback California that has different stats, and I think it was only the top end. But we will quickly check that out. Yeah, the stats are exactly the same on the Flashback 2, but we're still going to test them out in a time trial after we do a race on the Flashback America. So yes, the Flashback California has slightly 1 point different on the top speed, but we will check it out in a time trial at the end of the race. Right guys, so here we go with the race around the French Riviera on the Flashback America. Now we had to lower the stats slightly on the Flashback America just to get it into the race, because we needed to get it below 720 performance points. So we just lowered the braking power, which shouldn't affect it too much. Right, let's get straight to this race. This should be interesting. The one thing I do like about these Flashback bikes is the acceleration. So we've turned off anti-wheelie, so we're going to have to be careful to try and keep that front wheel down and see if we can get a good start. The acceleration's pretty damn good, and just keep that front wheel down and off we go. Now there were some really good bikes in this race. I think there was a couple of motors which are very strong around these sort of circuits, so we're going to have to try and compete with them. Let's try and get a nice turn into this corner. Now we haven't adjusted any of the settings, so we're not sure what the handling's going to be like on this Flashback America, but on the other two it was pretty damn good, and we've managed to dive up the inside there. Can we hold the speed round there, slow it down, try not to hit the curb? Oh my god, I had to really slam the back brake on, and again almost hit the curb. You've got to be careful, sometimes when you hit those curbs it can chuck you straight off. Right, slow it down. Oh, they've got on the inside, let's just try and go around the outside. Oh, it feels quite smooth on the turn. Can we accelerate out that corner, keep that front wheel down? And we have. So we've managed to get up to P2, and now we've got to try and hold it through this section. Let's try and keep it nice and tidy, not overdo it, try and stay away and try not to make contact. We have to back off slightly, and we've got a motor in front of us and we've got one behind us, so we're going to have to be careful coming into this next turn. So let's keep it nice and tidy. Let's try and, oh god, he just slowed down a bit early there, and I just caught his back wheel. We've gone on the outside so we don't crash into him. Can we get a nice drive around the corner, keep it nice and tidy? Oh, and he's just touched me again, just got in the inside of me there. Let's try and dive up the inside, can we? No, we're not close enough. Let's go on the outside. Let's just try and keep this so we don't crash into him. Let's try and get a nice drive out that corner, just trying to keep it nice and smooth. Now these sections can be tricky, changing from one direction to the other and try and keep that front wheel down, especially with no anti-wheelie, so we're going to have to be really smooth on the throttle and try and keep it nice and tidy. Let's just try and be careful. Go on the outside, we've got a bike really close behind us as well, so we've got to be careful it doesn't crash into the back of us and take us off. Right, keep it nice and clean through here. And again, oh god, I just left the brake in a bit late there, but managed to avoid him. Let's be careful, just try and keep it nice and tidy. Oh my god, we just made contact again. This is a really close race at the moment, really testing this bike out, and let's just see if we can get past him. Now I think we've got better acceleration. We're catching up with the motor pretty well on the straights, so let's see if we can get a nice turn into this corner. Can we go on the outside and just drive it round? Yes, can we? Oh god, just had a moment at the back there, just managed to get away with it. Oh my god, I just opened the throttle a little bit too early and almost got kicked off, but we've managed to take the lead. Let's see if we can hold on to it. So that wasn't a bad first lap. We're having a bit of a fight here with the promoters, but that adds to the excitement of the race. Let's try and hold it through there. Just backed off slightly. It's just I said, I haven't adjusted any of the settings, so it's not the perfect set up. Oh God, just been clipped by another motor. This sent me right onto the curb, but it didn't come off the bike. Oh, that was a lucky moment there. We managed to get away with that, but there you go. The AI can be really aggressive at times, and we've got to try and chase this race now. So the two of the motors have got away from us. Let's see if we can catch him up in this corner. Let's try and go on the outside again, can we? Let's try and get past this one just in front. He's taking the tight line, and we've just gone around the outside. Can we hold it? Don't hit the wall. Oh, that was close. Oh my God, but we should be able to get past him in this next section if we just hold the line. Can we get a nice tight turn into there and take second place? So we're back into second place, but no, I couldn't hold on to it because I thought it was going to hit the wall. Oh God, this is a real battle here, and one of the motors are getting away, but I've managed to drive past that one and we're back into second. Now we need to react here. Can we get past this one in front of us? Let's try and hold the speed around the corner. Let's be nice and tidy and just open the throttle slowly. Can you see the back end kick there? It's got so much power, these bikes. Right, let's try and just get a nice turn into here. We've gone a little bit wide because we know we've got a bike right behind us. And open the throttle. No, keep that front wheel down. Nice little power wheelie there. God, this bike possesses so much power. It's so much fun to ride. Right, let's try and get a nice line through here. Keep it nice and tight. Let's just keep on the motor's tail. Let's just try and take a wider line through there. Just trying to avoid any contact, but he's taking the corners really tight too. He's making me go on the outside, which is not always the easiest part to get past, but we've gone for the inside there. Oh my God, I can't believe we've overtaken on that corner, but can we hold on to it? Keep it nice and tight. Just dab that brake and accelerate. Yes, we've managed to get a clean pass there, and we're into the lead going towards the end of this second lap. Can we hold on to it on the final lap? This is going to be really close, this race, I think, but at the moment we're doing okay, and I'm loving this Flashback America. Now, got again and took the throttle a little bit too early there, got a little bit of a wiggle. Yeah, I don't think this is any different to the Flashback 2. Maybe slightly on the top end might be different, although the rating doesn't say so, but that aerodynamics, having that shield at the front has got to make a difference, and you don't have that on this one, but it's only the California that has the better stats, so it's interesting to see what they're going to be like. We're going to do a time trial, and the motors managed to get past me there as I was chatting away. It's just slipped up the inside, and we're back into second place. Be careful, going a little bit too fast onto the curb. Oh my God, I've got away with it again. Just couldn't hold the speed there. I was going a little bit too fast, just trying to keep up with this motor. It's definitely quite a good bike round here. Right, let's try and get any slipstream. We need to react here. We need to get past him. We don't want to crash out on this last lap. Let's just try and keep it nice and tidy. Should we go on the outside here and just hold it through there? Just keep it nice and... Yeah, that wasn't too bad. I held the speed slightly, just trying to keep that little gap we've got from the bikes behind. Can we get past him in this corner? Is he going to slow down early? No, he turned in pretty well there. I thought I might go up the inside, but I just backed off, and probably the wise thing to do. And he's taking a good line there, and he's just hit me. He's just looked behind. Can we dive up the inside here and try and stop the bike, get it turned in? Now, we did lower the braking power. We just changed the brake pads just because to get this bike in this World Tour race, and so the braking power would be better, but it's still good enough. And just trying to hold it through here, try and keep nice and tight. Oh God, we've gone into there a little bit hot. You could get up the inside there. No, he didn't take the risk, but he's sitting right behind me. I can see the marker. Let's try and keep it nice and tight here. And be careful, trying to maintain a decent speed. We've got a couple more corners, and then we've got that long straight where we should be able to pull away and accelerate, keep it nice and tight. Oh, I think we've just managed to do it, and we've managed to pull away slightly. So we've just got to nail this last corner, and we should be able to take the win. And I've absolutely loved this first experience on this Flashback America. Another awesome bike they've added to the game. And accelerates. Yes, that was a decent last corner, just making sure that they're not close behind, and they're not. Let's just try to take it a gentle over the line, and we take a victory. And that was awesome. There you go, guys. An awesome bike. You're definitely going to have to try this one out, but I think it is pretty much the same as the Flashback 2. But we'll do a time trial and just see which one's handles the best. We're probably going to do one lap around the circuit. Just one lap, see who comes out on top and gets the quickest lap. I'm not sure which circuit we're going to do it on. We will have a look at that in a minute, guys. But yeah, we definitely have to try out that motor as well, because that was pretty damn decent round there. Right, let's get into this time trial, guys. So here we go. Right guys, here we go with the time trial with the 3 Mr. Martini bikes. We're going to start with the Flashback 2. It's going to be one lap around Donington National Circuit, and we're going to see which one gets the best time. So we're going to jump into that now, guys. Right, so first up is the Flashback 2. Now this has exactly the same stats as the bike we've just raced, the Flashback America. But let's see which one gets the fastest lap time. Now we haven't adjusted any of the setup on any of the bikes for this this time trial, and we're just going to see which one comes out on top. Now there must be a little bit of difference between this one and the America, although they've got the same stats, but the aerodynamics has got to make a difference, especially with the top end. And let's just try and keep that front wheel down. Now we haven't got anti-wheelie on any of the bikes, so that is going to affect us in these turns on this circuit. Let's try and keep it nice and tidy and see if I can get a decent time. Hold it. Now we did do a time trial between this version against the California and the California 1, so is the California going to win again? We're going to find out. Let's try and keep it nice and clean through here, but we're only going to be doing one lap, so I'm not saying that if you did loads of laps that you know, you couldn't beat the times between the 3, but you never know. This is just going to be one lap, no adjustments, and to see which one comes out on top. Hold it through there and just drive it down this straight. Now this chicane is going to be the area where a lot of the bikes are going to struggle, changing that direction and keeping that front wheel down. Oh, that wasn't too bad. Held the speed pretty good through there, and to the line. What time are we going to get? 1:08. Right, so we get a 1:08.233 on the Flashback 2. Now we're going to jump into the garage, change the bike, and see if we can beat it on one of the other versions. So here we go. Right, so here we go, testing out the Flashback California. Now this has the highest stat on the top end, but is that going to come into play in this time trial? We will find out. Right, so here we go with this bike. Now this one, like I said, it's got the highest stat on the top end, but I'm not sure whether that's going to make any difference in this time trial. But I think this one did win in the last time trial we did against the Flashback 2. But that was around a much tighter circuit and was down to more of the cornering than anything. This one has a lot more straights and places where you can really open the throttle. So let's see if this one wins this time. And that's not bad into that first corner. Hold it, keep that front wheel down. We kept the front wheel down a lot better on this one than we did on the last version. And just try and keep it nice and smooth. Keep holding the speed, slow it down, try and get a nice turn. But like I said, I'm not adjusting any of the settings. They're all running on the same settings, so it's hopefully going to keep them on a level playing field, so no bike has any advantage. Turn it over there. The suspension just slightly kicked out there as I changed direction. It wasn't as smooth as the last version. Right, keep a nice tight line there. Hold the speed. Just try and be nice and gentle on the throttle and open that throttle. Now, like I said, it's not going to get up to its maximum speed on this straight, but is it going to get to a faster speed than the last version? Right, slow it down, get a nice line through here. Is it going to hold that? Oh, that was pretty damn smooth. I think this one may be a tad quicker, but is it going to be? And to the line. Oh, it just beat it. So about 0.4 of a second, it beat it. So the Flashback California at the moment is winning the time trial. Now it's time to test out the bike that we raced today, the Flashback America. Is that one going to beat this one? I'm not sure, but we're going to get straight into doing one lap on that bike and see if it can beat that time. So here we go. Right guys, time to test out the Flashback America. It's time to see if this one comes out on top. Right, so here we go with the final bike in this time trial, and this is the Flashback America, the one that we raced in today's episode. Now, I'm going to push this one to the limit. Now, the Flashback California, although it got the fastest time of 1:07.8, I still think that this one handles the corners better. But we're going to find out, hopefully in this time trial. I'm going to try and push it as much as I can to hold the speed through the corners. Right, slow it down, get nice and tight into that corner. Now we've got to try and keep that front wheel down as we open the throttle there. Oh yes, we managed to keep the front wheel down, and that's where the Flashback 2 lost its time, I think, at the start of its trial. But sometimes you just can't help it once you turn anti-wheelie off on a bike that has over 200 brake horsepower, and that again nice and smooth into there. It definitely handles into the turns and doesn't react too much suspension wise at the back of the bike like the Flashback California did. So this is going to be very close to that time if I can maintain this. And again, nice and smooth through there, and open the throttle, keep that front wheel down. It's still very smooth. We're coming into the final straight before that last chicane, and it's feeling very smooth again. No reaction from the suspension at all, and open that throttle. A bit of a skid there, but I don't care. Can we get up to over 150 miles an hour? I think that's what we did on the last version. Yes, we do. Slow it down, try and get a nice entry into the chicane, nice and tight onto the curb there, nice and smooth, and I think this is going to win, guys. It just feels too good this lap time, and I think it's going to come out on top. It's going to be close. Yes, it does. Unbelievable, guys. 107.467 is the winning time. It just felt so much smoother, and this one comes out on top. Now, I know it's the same stats as the Flashback 2, but the Flashback 2, I did make an error on a couple of the corners. Maybe it would have been close, but in today's time trial, the Flashback America comes out on top. So there you go, guys. Right, we're going to get into the next test on a different bike, so here we go. Right, guys, so we're going to test out this final bike from the exotic bike pack, and this bike should be really interesting. It's very lightweight. It's only got one cylinder. It's not going to be the quickest, but I reckon it's going to handle really well. So we're going to go race around a small circuit for this one, so let's get straight into it. Right, guys, we're going to race around this circuit as it is very, very short, tight, and I'm not sure if any of the bikes in this race are going to be able to compete against this bike, but we're going to find out. I think this one's going to be pretty good in this category, so we're going to turn off all the aids and get straight into the race. So here we go. Right, guys, here we go, testing out the final bike from the exotic bike pack. Now, this Husqvarna's got less than 60 brake horsepower, less than 400cc engine with one cylinder, so it's not going to be the quickest. It's not going to have a lot of power, but is it going to be good into the turn? That's what we're going to find out. Let's see if it goes into that first turn. Oh my god, it drops into the corner nicely, and we haven't made any adjustments to the suspension. Second corner, right onto the curb, but it feels really smooth. Now, looking at the bikes that the game has chosen for me to race against with similar performance points, I don't think they're going to be a match for this bike, but sometimes the game does make an error with some of the bikes that it puts you up against. But we're still going to see what this one's like. We're going to carry on, just try and test this bike out, try and push it to the max and just see what it's like. But let me know in the comments below if you know anything about this bike. It's the first time I've seen one of these. The only Husqvarna I've ever seen is a supermoto bike. I haven't seen one like this before. But I do like the fact the game keeps adding very different variety of bikes to the game, but I'm not sure whether this one's going to be used that much. But I think maybe testing it against maybe the 125s, the 250s might be a better option. I might have to do that, but so far this feels very, very good into the turn. Let's see if I can get the front wheel up. It doesn't have a lot of power. It only has like a 59.6 brake horsepower, so it's not going to be very quick. Let's see if we can get a power wheelie out of it. Let's see if we can do that out of some of these turns. Let's get a nice turn. But it turns into the corners so nicely, so smooth. Right, let's try and get that front wheel up. No, couldn't get the front wheel up. We'll have to try again in a minute. But let me know, guys, if you got this exotic bike pack, and whether you, or which bikes that you enjoyed the most. Now, so far, I can't really say. I quite like the Honda. I think it was the NR 750. That was quite a nice bike. I quite liked, obviously, another Mr. Martini bike. The Flashback America was quite nice. But the other two, other than that, I didn't think were that great. I think one of them, I can't remember which one it was absolutely awful to ride, and I actually told you to avoid it. But let me know. I mean, there is some more free bike packs coming. There's some more premium bikes packs coming. Just check the info on the video, in the description. I've got a list of all the dates they come out, so hopefully that helps you guys to know when they're coming out. But there's plenty more coming from this game. I'm going to be still doing some more matchups. We've got some championships to do. There's some more online videos that I'm going to be uploading. Plus, we've got MXGP 3 coming very soon. We've got Gran Turismo Sport, Project Cars 2. We've got so much racing coming this year, so there's lots to look forward to. So please keep up the support on the channel. I really do appreciate it. And let's see if we can get a nice turn. Let's see if we can get that front wheel up again as we come out that turn. And no, I couldn't get it up. It wouldn't go up. I'm going to have to try. What I might do on the last lap, coming on the straight, I might just slow down and see if I can just do a power wheelie over the finish line. But we've absolutely killed the field, and this is why I get annoyed sometimes when I do some of the races on this game. So in some of the tours, you really struggle because they choose bikes that have got slightly better performance or are better than the bike that you've chosen, or you get bikes that are nowhere near the performance of the one you're riding. They do need to. That's one thing that sometimes I think they do need to adjust. And sometimes when it gives you like a performance points target, you go and meet it, and the bikes that you race again have a lot less than the target. That's another thing. Why don't they fully max out those bikes to make it a fair race? But some of the races on this game, you find some of the bikes, even with lower stats, are hard to beat. I mean, I've come across, I think one of the CBRs, the Fireblades, I found in a race with almost 100 performance points less than the bike I was on, was still competing. But there's not many, I'd say, that have. So they're definitely going to have to make an adjustment to that. Right, let's see if we can get the wheel up, coming to the final lap. See if we can get this thing up. Right, we're going to have to slow down to do it though. Right, let's try and get it up there. No, we're going to have to slow down. Let's try and get that front wheel up. Oh, come on. Slow it down. Yes, it's up a bit. That was a little bit. Not a lot, but there you go. It really doesn't have any power at all. Handling, superb. Speed, naff. But it's another bike to add to the game, isn't it? I wouldn't go all out to buy this one. I don't think you could probably race it a lot. But you never know. If you like short circuits and you like mucking around with your mates, this one would be good for lap times, I think, around those sort of circuits. Right, we're going to get into a review of both bikes that we've raced in today's episode, and I'm going to give them an overall rating. So we're going to jump into that now, guys. So here I go. Right, guys, just a quick summary. Now, this is one of those bikes that is good fun if you like a lot of short circuit racing with the lower powered bikes, but I wouldn't say this is one that you must go out and buy. So I'm going to give it a rating of 5 out of 10. Right, guys, the Flashback America is well worth having in your garage. But if you've got the other two, I wouldn't go out and buy this one. But if you haven't got any of them, buy this one out the free. It's awesome. I'm going to give it a rating of 8 out of 10. Well worth having in your garage. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and bye-bye.